beginning to come on.
I get up
And they're off.
and nothing gets me down. You got it tough. I seen the toughest around. And I know, baby, just how you feel. You got to roll with the punches and get to what's real. Can't you see me standing here? I got my back against the wrecking machine. I ain't the worst that you've seen. Can't you see what I mean? Might as well jump, jump. Might as well jump. Come on, jump, come on, jump, come on. Let's get. Might as well jump, jump. Go ahead and jump.
Forcing his way through.
Push it real good. Jump, come on, jump, come on. Let's get physical. Push it through. Oh, hey you, who said that? Baby, how you been? You say you don't know, you won't know until you begin. So can't you see me standing here? I got my back against the wrecking machine. I ain't the worst that you've seen.
This is classic racing.
Might as well jump, jump. Might as well jump. Come on, jump, come on, jump, come on. Let's get. Might as well jump, jump. Go ahead and jump. Push it real good. Jump, come on, jump, come on. Let's get physical. Hold on, just a little time. Come on, hold on. Tell me if you're ready. Come on.
Oh dear, oh dear. This is terrible.
Let's get physical.
What is he doing? In all my years of commentating on Formula One, I've never seen anything like it.
Might as well jump, jump. Might as well jump. Come on, jump, come on, jump, come on. Let's get. Might as well jump, jump. Go ahead and jump. Push it real good. Jump, come on, jump, come on. Let's get physical. Jump. Let's get physical. Jump. Physical. Jump. Let's get physical. Come on. Physical.
And there is the checkered flag.
Evening everybody, welcome to Trailblazers Esport Racing's Group 3 replay from last Friday of round 4. Tonight coming to you from the track at Sardinia. It's the top flight lobby, so I'll start with the grids for tonight. We had Ando on pole, we had M Spud second, Zippy Nathman in third, Nico in the Mustang in fourth, Spanny in the Corvette in fifth, Wrestler in the GTR in sixth, Rusty in the Merc, Scotty also in a Merc, Madness Mitch in a Corvette, Neon in a Merc, Rick Green in a GTR, Brucey in the Mazda, Tim Turtle in a Corvette, T. Lansdale, I keep forgetting his gaming name. KZN, thank you. He's in the BRZ, and rounding out the grid of 15 was Tricky Brewer in the 2018 GTR. Joining me tonight, as usual, is our commentary team. We've got Ando. G'day, Ando.
G'day, Rick. G'day, viewers.
Joining him tonight in the co-host is Kez.
Good evening, folks. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen. Glad to be here. Thanks for having us.
And looking after the stats as per usual is Tim Turtle. How you going, mate?
Oh, good. Ciao. Or hello, everyone.
Yes, coming from
Italian.
Italy. So yeah, this was a 31 lap race. We had a mandatory hard tyre compound to be used. Various strategies in play here. But yeah, I will turn it over to our gracious commentary team, and here we go, folks.
Thanks, Rick. And we've got a good mixture of cars on the grid here up the front. Watch for the Corvettes to get a massive launch, and the Mercs can get away quite well also. As the lights are out, Ando gets a pretty good start. Spud in the Suzuki is right alongside, and here come the Corvettes. Here they come, they're bearing down on turn one here. It gets through relatively cleanly there.
Oh, something's happening in the background there, Ando. There's a bit of a pile up.
Someone's gone off. That's who's that? Tricky's going slow there. And we've got Rusty Nuts, Mitch Madness again. He's in trouble. So something's happened into turn one there. But he's underway. I'd say there might be some cars with damage here, so they'll be pulling into the pits. And yeah, if they're on hards, that might not be too much hurt. But if they're on anything other than hards, they might have to get their thinking caps on and start rethinking their strategy for tonight. Which is going to be interesting, isn't it, Kez?
Yeah, a few strategies to play here tonight, Ando. Not too bad deg on the softs here. You can expect them probably do about around 14 laps on the softs. But as we say, the mandatory tyre is the hard. So you could see just one quick lap dash on the hard and then go back on the softs for a two-stopper. As we see Spuds has taken the lead here from Zippy Nathan, as well as Nico's having a good run as well.
Nico has a look in the Mustang, which is another beast of a car around here, and I think he's inherited second place there. And it's going to stretch its legs down the main straight here and consolidate that move. And he's well into second place now, although Zippy's coming back at him.
Ooh.
The GTR's no slouch in a straight line. As he draws alongside down the main straight, he's on the outside into turn one. He falls back in line. The Mustang's got some legs on it.
Definitely has. Yeah, good choice of car there. Oh, Spanny's just having a good look up the inside there. Interesting if we knew what tyres Spanny's on there. He looked a bit out of sorts going into turn one.
Okay, we've got 5 cars in the pits from that first lap kerfuffle. We have Wrestler in there for damage. Got Bruce, got Rick, got Kazan, Madness, and Tim Turtle.
And there's probably a couple of cars that got rid of their hards as well, so they might be looking not too bad to come back through the field now, having done the mandatory one lap on hards with any luck.
Is that right, Tim? Are they all on hards there, or are they?
We had a couple on hards there, about 50-50.
Okay, so definitely have to get rid of that damage around here. Really need that aero for these twisty, tight turns at this circuit of Sardinia.
Especially this one coming up, turn 13. It's an off-camber left-hander, and it's very easy to run wide. As Spud tips it in, Nico tips it in, they all get through there cleanly, but you don't want to be out on the grass here on the outside of that turn. They come into turn 14, which is a really sharp, almost a hairpin. It's very important to get a good exit out of it, because this is now a completely straight section down into turn 1. So this is effectively the start of a really long straight. So you need to get a good exit out of that corner.
Struggling with a bit of a headwind coming down the main straight as well, so slow them down. 3.5 meters per second going down.
It will. So the top speed won't be great. You'll actually see cars start to slow down as they go up this rise here. Now they downhill into turn 1. Nice on-camber banked corner is turn 1, but it's still hard to get it right. But that headwind quartering from the right will be helping them through turn 1. Turns 3 and 4 here is a tricky left and right hand combination corner. You don't want to use all the track. You want to be sort of mid-track before you tip it into the right to get a good run down to turn 6 here, which is the famous church steeple.
Love the church, yeah. Apparently, if you actually stop the car there, you can listen to the church bells go off. At the moment, I don't think anyone will be stopping there. They all seem to be pushing hard and fast, to use a Mick from Mick terminology.
Yes, let's hope nobody hears any church bells ringing at turn 6 tonight. That means something bad's happened to them.
No, I think that's more of a turn 9 sort of scenario there, with the invisible wall that may come into play later on as these tyres start wear down. As Spanny's looking to have a move on Zippy Nathman there.
Yeah, Spanny's looking racy. Gets a good exit out of there. Oh, gets a bit taily on exit actually, but the Corvette normally will get the power down beautifully, and he might be able to draw up alongside Zippy Nathan here down the straight.
Yeah, he might just stay in the slip there for a little bit. Maybe try to save a little bit of juice, and just settle into a rhythm there. There's a good, there's a big gap there between sixth and seventh. So I think they're all racing hard there at the moment.
Yeah, the field's stretched out a little bit, but the top 4 or 5 there, I think, are all in a bit of a train. As we see Rusty Nuts there, he's on the hammer of Tricky.
And Tricky's done well to come up as well, as he was caught up a bit in that turn 1 altercation.
Kerfuffle, was it, Tim? Was it? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, kerfuffle. Yeah, he's got a bit of front end aero there. Looks like he decided to stay out instead of pitting.
Oh, he's jogged on, has he?
Oh, okay.
Is he? What tyre is he on there, Tim? Do you know what tyre?
He's on Racing Soft tyre, Racing Soft, and got Rusty Nuts, who was actually spun out the exit of that first corner, and he's soldiering on with no damage.
Okay, well, as I say, Tricky has to use up this soft as much as he can, but I don't know, maybe he should have followed the field in and pitted, but starting from last position, maybe a bad strategy call there on the tyre.
Yeah, sometimes you got to take your medicine and just pull into the pits and get that damage fixed, but there is different levels of damage, so maybe the car feels okay to him and he's decided to maybe finish off the stint with the damage. But it does look like his speed is compromised because Rusty's all over the back of him, isn't he?
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Yeah,
so his lap times won't be great.
Just wonder how much Rusty's going to actually stick behind him, whether he knows of what's going on. But we know Rusty's good at saving fuel. He likes to save fuel. Having said that, he's about to have a dive into turn 1, and he's got that past uneasy.
Yeah, look at that top speed of the GTR there with damage is terrible. So Rusty got past him pretty easily there at about the start-finish line. So Tricky's lap times are here. I think they're going to be over a second down on what they should be.
Okay, so will that mean he's going to run the hards a bit longer then? He's
he might be deciding to do or a longer soft stint and then a medium-sized hard stint. Who knows? But he's obviously got the call from his pit wall, and they want him to stay out.
That's the one there. Yeah, just moving up to the front there. We'll just see how Spud and Nico's trucking along there.
And interestingly, I think Spud's on the medium tyre. Is that right, Tim?
Yes, Spud is on the medium tyre, yep. The only guy in the field that is actually running on mediums.
Yeah, very interesting choice with the softs. Also, the hards being mandatory, there's no requirement to run the soft, so he's obviously chosen the medium, or he's decided that the medium is the better race tyre. Let's see how that pans out for him.
Yeah,
he's definitely got the pace.
Yeah, definitely. We all know Spud likes the older technology running on the PS4 and the controller, so maybe that's why we know his tyre life's not that great on those combinations. But having said that, he's still the leader of the race. So
yeah, that little Suzuki, it is a bullet down that main straight. It's got some legs on it, so obviously he's benefiting from that. But through the middle sectors of this course, it might be a little bit slower, as we see Nico is bearing down on him here, and this is the tighter sections of the track where the Suzuki and the medium tyre combo is going to suffer a little bit. But is he slow enough for Nico to actually make a move? I don't know.
I think Nico would be wise just to stick in behind Spud there, but I'd imagine Nico's on the soft tyre. Tim, would that be correct?
Yeah, he's on the soft tyre, and so far his fastest lap has been half a second quicker than Spud, so he's got the pace there to get past him.
Okay, do you think he's been held up, or is he he's just comfortable sitting in behind Spud there and potentially holding up a bit?
Yeah, I say he's comfortable where he is, but if he gets an opportunity, him and that Mustang will go straight past for the lead.
He might be exercising a little bit of caution maybe after some, let's say, trips to the principal's office last week or in the first round. It looks to be driving nice and clean though this week and quick still, so that's good to see. No incidents up at the front so far.
Yeah, no doubting Nico's ability to drive there. Just unfortunate majority there, but he's obviously taken his punishment. But he's kept his head up high and he's pushed on as as the main sponsors never quit. The encyclopedia of words of wisdom. That's the motto. You never quit and push on. So
that's right.
He's adapted that very well, and it's great to see him in the league and having a good battle.
Yeah, he's definitely got some pace in that Mustang. He drives that car really well. Drives it pretty hard actually, but he extracts every little bit of pace out of it that you can possibly get. So he's taken it to Spud at the moment. He's right on the hammer. He's right under that rear wing of Spud. And
hitting purples too. So.
Yeah. So he might be just sitting here saving fuel, and he might have a plan for a strategy plan that he's working towards, and he's happy to sit here behind Spud for now.
Yeah, we seem to think lap 14 or 15 on these softs, if you can push it. So it'll be 15-15-1, probably that's the strategy he's looking for.
If you can get 15, yeah, that's the big if, isn't it? 15
Well, yeah.
out of a set of softs, yeah.
Yeah, and sitting up behind that Suzuki, I can imagine he's a bit light going into the turn, so maybe he's, or as we say,
having a
he's
look.
just had a, whoa.
He's had a bit of it.
I thought he had that done then, but he hadn't.
No, he was a bit deep, and Spud with the classic gold switcheroo there. He's come out on top, and he's actually given himself a bit of a gap here, as we see Ando now past Nico. So Nico sort of made him a meal of that turn 14, which, like I said before, it's very, very critical corner to get right. And Nico's coming back at Ando now, round the outside. He's got the legs in that Mustang, and he dives in, makes the turn, and gets the pass around the outside. Wow, what a move that was!
Great move, yeah. No doubt of this driver's ability. He's not afraid to have a go. He had a dive on his teammate there, and obviously couldn't make it stick. But then the use of the slipstream down the main straight and on the racing line made turn one easy to get the crisscross back on Ando.
That was a really good move, and Ando's looking a bit shell shocked there. How did that happen, you say?
Yeah, they'll be getting. How are we looking down for in the middle of the grid there? Neon's trucking along well. He's up 2 positions from his start, so he's having a good battle. But I noticed beforehand Spanhouse came into the pits, so he might have got a bit of damage there and had to pit. Do we know what tyres Spanny's on back now? Because he's gone back at a rate of knots there, Tim.
Yeah, well, Spanny started on the racing softs. He must have done a pit stop because he's on racing mediums right now. So I think from memory, he might have had an incident all by himself.
Okay, so he's going to run this medium long, is he, and try to just do a couple of laps on the hards at the end? Is that? Oh no, he's still going to have to pit twice, I think. We're only on lap 8, so.
Yeah, I think he's just having a little bit of a speculator here, and he's just gone for mediums as a safe bet, and he'll want to go long on them, and then chuck the hards on at the end. But let's see if the sampler menu works for Spanny. He'll try one of each tyre tonight by the looks of it.
Okay.
and we got someone sideways out of turn.
That's
Spanny again. Turn 13 is the devil's corner. Just a little bit off camber. You've got to really commit to that corner. Carry serious speed through there if you want to have a good lap time. So very easy to run wide there, and that looks like what's happened there to Spanny. Has he got damaged, Tim?
No, he must have kissed
Hopefully not.
leprechaun or someone lucky before this, because, yep, no damage.
Okay, lucky to get away
Dodges
with
the
that
bullet
one.
there, yeah. Lost some time, but not anything significant. Mitch Madness there in 14th. He's going to be looking to come back now after his lap 1 incident. He's out on his own. Yes, he was involved in the kerfuffle, and his teammate Tim Turtle there in 15th.
So why is Tim pitted there? Has he had an incident, or is he pitted for the mandatory tyre, or?
He got damage at the start when he was on softs. He went in, got the damage fixed, and on lap 5 on the famous turn 9, he hit the inside of the corner there and got damage.
Oh, so multiple offences there.
Yeah, multiple offences.
Multiple being the operative word this week.
That's all.
As we see Brucey there in 10th in the RX Vision, he'll be able to do the one stopper possibly in that car because it's that good on fuel and tyres. So expect to see something novel from Brucey once again, strategy-wise.
Good on strategy, Bruce. Yeah, he likes that. He's good on his tyres, great on his fuel, and all of a sudden you think he's running around the back, then all of a sudden he's competing for the podium. So he's not one to rule out at the back end of this race as well.
Yeah, and he's got the car to do something different to what everyone else is doing because that car is so good on fuel and tyres. We've got our illustrious leader Rick Reen there behind him, not quite in slipstream range, but circulating pretty well there in the GTR. Let's see if he can make some ground up on Bruce in the next few laps.
We missed out what happened to Kazan there. Has Kazan been in the pit, Tim, do you think? Is he, or has he had got involved with that kerfuffle at the start of the race?
Was he running hards? What's he doing?
You know he likes to start on the hards, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, he started 14th on hard, so he didn't get to qualify too good. He might have had damage in the first lap there. Because now he's on racing softs.
Okay.
Yeah, because we've known in the past that he's always been one to not afraid to use the hards. He actually enjoys those tyres. So
yeah, but he's obviously come off those. So he might have just done the one lap on hards, and he's going to do 2 15-lap stints because the BRZ will definitely do 15 laps on a set of softs. No problemo. So that he might just be settling into his pace there, but he might have had a little bit of involvement in that kerfuffle as well. Lap 1, turn 1.
Yeah, there's been a bit of a talk in the Discord about the BRZ, and he's a bit unsure about his car choice for the season. He's been dissing it, but the gentleman, it's his first season in the league, and to be still running competitively in the upper echelon lobby, there's nothing to be slouch of. So even if he thinks the car's not that great, his ability as a driver and as a strategist is something to look out for. He's definitely top of his game.
Yeah, he's probably not the only driver that's second guessing their car choice for the series, but he's definitely making the most of it, and that's all you can do, and then race on. So he's extracting the pace out of that car as much as he can, and hopefully there might be a track or two in the calendar that suits that little BRZ a bit better.
Yeah, it's pretty much 50-50 the way this season's set up. There is quite a few power circuits in it, but then there's also missed up by the twisty and turny circuits like this one is here. So he's not out of it, but you get the opportunity to choose a car, and that's the one you chose, so you stick with it and do the best you can with it.
Yeah, we've all made our bed, so unfortunately we have to now, stick to this car for the remainder of the season and live and learn, I think, for the following season. But yeah, Spud another one with an interesting choice of car for the season.
Didn't expect that one.
No, I think he was basically, trying to choose something to challenge himself with. which he's done, but he's really making it work here as we see him out in first place there now. He's out of slipstream from Nico, so he's not offering a towing service to anyone, as it looks like Nico is there to Ando. So Spud's just out there in clean air, running. What is he doing? 1 minute 40s, 1 minute 39s.
Yeah, he's low 40s
on those
there.
mediums. Yeah. So they're not really going to drop off, but these two soft runners, their tyres are going to drop off in the next couple of laps. So Spud's actually pulling away, which you would expect the medium tyre to do this late in the stint.
Yeah, it looks like positions 2 and 3 are sort of holding each other up there, as their times are, high 40s, low 41s there. So yeah, maybe a bit of inter-team tactic there, perhaps, or as we see, Ando's gone up this. He's made the pass on that turn there. Now let's see if Nico can do the old switcheroo down.
Oh, look at that!
turn 1.
Nico's into the pits. So
Okay.
Nico there on the softs, he's expired those set of
That's
tyres.
early.
Were they looking ordinary, Tim? Were they?
Yeah, looking a
They might have
bit
been.
ordinary there, yeah.
Yeah. So 12 laps out of a set of softs. I don't know how that strategy is going to work for him. Let's see what he chooses to go on to.
Has he burned a bit more
Yeah.
fuel than everyone else as well, Tim? Because I thought that fuel might have lasted a bit longer.
Yeah,
a
I dare
little
say he
bit.
would
The
have.
Mustang is a bit of an alcoholic, you could say. It likes to have a drink.
Okay.
When you drive it the way Nico does, then yes, because he is hitting that rev limiter in almost every gear. That's just the way he drives it. But he really gets it going down the straight. He gets some top speed out of it, that's for sure.
So he's got the good exit then. Sounds like that one.
Yep.
As good as we
Yeah, he's
said.
pretty much filled it up, and he's out on mediums.
Mediums.
Okay, mediums. All right,
Wow.
so there's some interesting choices coming to the forefront here in strategy.
We've also lost Zippy Nathman with a technical issue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we haven't
Zippy.
so much as Zippy.
Yeah, he was up there in about 4th place, I think, running around quite comfortably. So that's a shame. He's had obviously some sort of failure, and he's out of the race. As we see,
Oh,
Brucey
touched that
out
wall,
of the church steeple corner, gets a bit cute with the arm coat.
That brings Rick Green into the picture here. Is Rick going to have a go down at in these couple of corners?
Yeah,
No,
Bruce
he's
very
out of it.
compromised.
It's closing the
in
gap.
turn 9, the blind apex there.
Did Bruce pick up damage for that little touch of the wall there, Tim? Is he compromised at all?
He was compromised at the start of the race, but he's just doing what he can do now just to get as many points as possible, I guess.
No worries at all. As
And
Rick
Rick
makes a move.
he
Whoopsie!
gives him a tap. Rick might have missed a braking point there, and he's sent Bruce into
that's
the wall,
close.
and that'll be damage. Rick's waiting there, obviously redressing that one. That was just a missed braking point, I think. Bit of glare from the sun might have been a bit blinding.
Bit glare from the sun, and it's pretty cold here today at Sardinia as well. So yeah, probably lost a bit of heat in those tyres, and yeah, just
He just
misjudged
couldn't
it.
pull it up.
The wind's
both
picked
into
up
the
as
pits.
well.
I think you're just mesmerised by the stunning livery on that car.
Might have been
That's
bedazzled, do you think?
spectacular.
Yeah. Obviously, that multicolour colour scheme that the Turtles have, that chameleon look with the changing colours, was a bit
Yeah.
much for him.
Yeah, might have to buy Rick a pair of sunglasses or something to stop that.
Some Polaroids.
Yeah, to filter that out. Yeah, but Rick and Bruce have exited the pitch now as we've seen a blue flag come up. So that's Spud putting a lap on Bruce, and well done by the back marks to get out of Spud's way for that one. So that's
Yeah,
pretty
second
early
and
in the
third
race
now coming down.
to be lapped. Yeah.
Yeah, well, these first 3 cars haven't pitted yet, so I think that's the second pit stop for Bruce, isn't it?
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So That puts him a lap down, unfortunately. He might be
Yeah,
looking
now
to
we
go
have
to the end of the
Neon
race
in
now.
the pits. Neon in the pits, sorry there, Ando.
You're right, mate.
Neon and Tricky.
Oops.
So Neon, I think, was in 5th or 6th there when he's
He was
pitted.
running good, yeah. So Tricky's going to fix that damage now, obviously. That's a long stint for damage. He's got his 15 laps, though, so that's the strategy back.
Yeah, well, he's done 14, I think. He's done 14 laps.
Oh, big.
Now he's starting his 15th. But that's put him in the pit window for his original strategy. But this lap 15 is going to be the crucial one. It'll be interesting to see who comes in. And that 15 lap stint on softs, that could be the golden strategy tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think you want to run the hards too long around here if you can avoid it, especially with these temperatures the way they are. If you sometimes get a glimpse of those mountains, it's snowing up there. As Spud, the leader, pitting from the leader, just made it too on fuel as well.
He's right on fuel there, yeah. And as you can see, folks, 15 doesn't really go into 31, does it? So that's leaving him a little bit short on fuel for the end of the race. He's going to have to refuel twice. That might come into play at the back end of this race. As we see Ando with 10%, he's comfortable. Scotty's in third place with 8%, Rusty with 6%. So those cars can all fill up now and they won't need fuel again for the rest of the race.
So what's happened to Nico then? If Nico was running around in second and third, he's dropped right back to fifth.
Well, he pitted a couple of laps ago.
Oh, sorry, miss. Oh,
He
that's
pitted
right.
on lap 12, yeah.
That's right. So
And now he's on, his strategy is completely different. So he's now on mediums, and let's see what lap times he's doing. It looks like he's pulling out 1 minute 40s, which is pretty darn quick on mediums. But is it going to be quick enough for the two-stop strategy to work? Look, only time will tell.
Well, came in with 15% at that. What did you say? Lap 13 he came in, or 12? 12 he came in.
12 laps, I think.
So he's got another 2 stops to do, hasn't he?
No, his mediums will probably last, 17 or 18 laps, and he'll only have to do 1 or 2 on hards at the end. That's what I'd say he's planning on doing. He's obviously in the camp with Spud, where he doesn't believe he can get 15 laps out of a set of softs. So he's had to think of something else. So Spud's chosen to do 2 stints on mediums, whereas Nico's chosen to do 1 soft, 1 medium.
Okay, as Spud's just put a pass on Scotty there. Scotty's jumped up well too to be run around in third. Do we know when Scotty came in, Tim, or is Scotty still out there? Is Scotty pitted?
Well, Scotty's on fresh hards, so I'm saying he's just going to do 1 lap on hards, just like the leader Ando.
Okay, so he may be.
Yeah, so Scotty's pitting this lap. I think Ando's gone round on lap 16 on hards, and he's now getting rid of those, and he's putting on some soft shoes to do a 15 lap shuffle to finish the race. It'll be interesting to see where he comes out in relation to Spud. Spud, I think, might be comfortably ahead still.
Yep, Spud's ahead, Nico's ahead. Let's see if anyone else gets past Ando while he's in the pits. So we've got Neon that's passed him.
What tyres is Neon on
Nico,
there?
Neon. Sorry, mate. Neon is on hard tyres.
Okay, so he's done a couple on them, I'd imagine, is he?
Yeah, he might be going long on hards because he's only stopped once, whereas Ando's stopped twice. So that's why Ando's way back in the field at the moment. And the status quo's been resumed after the first round of pit stops or 2 with Spud at the front, followed by Nico. I wonder what the gap is there. That'll be interesting to see. It's not a huge gap, but he's out of slipstream. But quite crucially, Spud has managed to come out on fresh mediums with a full tank of fuel, and he's out of slipstream of Nico. So he's not sucking that Mustang along, helping him in any way, as Spud goes purple now as he tips it into turn 13, the very tricky corner, runs it as wide as you dare,
He does something.
flirts with the grass, brakes heavily for turn 14, turns it in as close as you dare to the wall there, using all the track on exit, getting on the gas, and he's flooring this little Suzuki down the main straight. He'll have upwards of an 8 or 9 km/h advantage at the end of this straight in this car. It's an absolute rocket. Let's see what top speed he can manage. I think he's going to be nudging 260 into a headwind. 261 there.
It's good speed.
That is good speed to that headwind.
He's on the lock stoppers every time he turns that car. Yeah, so no wonder he's chosen to run the medium tyres. The softs just won't suit his driving style around here.
No, not at all. But we saw the Mustang there with Nico. It was barely 250 at the end of the main straight. So that Suzuki has a significant speed advantage at the end of the straight.
Yeah, but
Here we
on the
have Neon
fuels.
in the pits.
Right, he's off those set of hards, so he'll probably put some softs on. You think, Tim? Fuel it up and try and give that a run. He's still going to have to pit again. He's not going. Oh no, he might make that. But this should be his last. Last stop.
Yeah, he'll just put softs on and he'll try to do 13 or 14 laps on softs.
How's Brucey trucking along there now? He's back into 13th, is he? So has he had another little whoopsie-doopsie, or is he on the hard tyres?
Yeah, he's on the racing medium tyres. He would have lost a bit of time going into the pits and get that damage fixed.
Righto, mediums as well. Okay, well, there's a strategy we didn't think of. So, good setup there by Trailblazers. Multiple strategies, everyone playing out. In this season, all racing tyres are available, but each week there's one mandatory tyre that you must use, except if there's an endurance. If there's endurance, you must use every compound. So it's good to see if people, have a whoopsie or a what we say it was, boys, kerfuffle, or what was it?
Yes,
Or
they
the
have to think on their feet, don't they, and think of an alternate strategy or a plan B for the race if the start doesn't go their way. But tyre wears ×3, fuel usage is ×3. They're 50-minute lap equivalent races, so in that time you can do anything from a 1-stopper to a 3-stopper really, and be competitive. So it's all about practicing throughout the week and working out what strategy is going to be best for you, and then trying to drive to that strategy on the night.
And try and miss the kerfuffles.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Can we just have a quick look at Lansdale? What's his PSC name?
KZN.
Yeah. So he's on the medium tyre, is that correct?
He must have just pitted because now he's on the soft tyres.
Right, I'm unsure if he's run the hards as yet.
I'm pretty sure he started on the hards.
Started on the hards, yeah.
That's
So
right.
he might be going to the end now on this set of softs. He's going to have to pick up the pace a little bit. It looks like he might be fuel saving or something. Has he short fueled himself? I don't know, but you would expect him to be doing 39s on softs, and he's done a 42.2 there, unless our timing boards are slightly out, which they can always be on the replays.
Yeah, I got
7, unfortunately.
44, 41, 42. So maybe he's had a little a whoopsie doopsie there on 16, and maybe he's just trying to not eat into this soft tyre set. Yeah, because we know he likes to push that car, and he does favour the hard tyres. He can run them. So maybe he's just backing it off a bit to see if he can capitalise on.
Yeah, he might be preserving those softs. He might be concerned about what they're going to be like at the end of the race. So he's starting off easy on them, and he's going to slowly build up his pace. Let's see how he goes. He's in 9th there, top 10, and he's got the car in front in his sights. So let's see if he can make some ground on Neon.
Yeah, just be interesting to see what this lap time is here, and see if he's picked back the pace, or
Let's have a look at his top speed too into the braking zone, as he does a 42 flat, and he's nudging 252, 253 clicks. So not far off, the big gruntmobiles. I think the Corvettes and the Nissans, they can't do much more than that. So he's not losing too much to them. in outright top speed, but I think in acceleration, I think it takes that little car a little bit longer to get to its top speed, maybe.
Yeah, it seems that way, yeah. Just moving forward a bit there, fellas. Wrestlers, haven't heard much of him today, but he's running around in 8th, so still not a bad outing. He's in the Nissan as well.
Yeah, so that car loves this track, so he's got a good choice of car there, especially for this track. And he's been sort of basically staying out of trouble, and he's found himself well into the top 10, 6th position there. He'll be pretty happy with that if he can bring that 6th placing home today.
Yeah, lap times are good. 40, couple of 41s. He's just done his best lap of the race on lap 19. He's in the high 40s, so consistent lap times. So he's just he's driving to a time, obviously.
Yeah, speaking of lap times, it'll be interesting to see what Spud's doing and what Ando's doing. Nico's in 2nd place at the moment, but I believe he does have to stop again, so he might be out of position. This race might come down to a old standoff between Ando and Spud. And Spud's comfortably into the 40s, the low 40s and 39s. He's fairly consistent with those, and he's not stopping again. I believe so. He will be stopping again. He has to run the hards. He might be doing a last lap dash on the hards, and he's going to have to hold off Ando, who is about 24 seconds behind him, I think, and the pit stop here is 22 seconds. So this is going to be tight.
I think he's going to need Spud's going to need a splash of fuel as well, because if he came in before dead empty.
Well, so, unless he's saving, and he can maybe fuel save a bit, and he won't need to refuel, because just taking that splash of fuel, I think, is going to cost maybe 4.5 seconds. So that might be crucial come the end of this race. As we have a look at Ando there, who's circulating on his softs. So he's doing similar times. He's doing 1 minute 40s, low 40s, and he's just done a 39 there. So Ando and Spud are going around at the same pace here. And I think that time difference, we can't tell on the replay, of course, but it's you'll have to take my word for it, folks. It's close to that 22-second mark.
Seems to be around that number, which is that pit stop. So still got another 9 laps to go in this Sardinia Blue Lobby race. So hold on to your hats there, fellas. It's going to be tight towards the end. So
Spud's gone purple, so he's pushing. He knows Ando's coming at him. And just to clarify, folks, he's got one more stop to do because he has to run the hard tyre, whereas Ando is going to the end. He does not have to stop again.
No, that's right. We just saw Spanny just came into the pits there beforehand, so he's moved up to 7th. We believe he's going to run that to the end. Tim, can you clarify that? How's his fuel?
I say he's got the fuel. He's got the tyres to do it easily on racing hard tyres, but I say the fuel should be right.
Okay.
He should be going all the way to the end, I reckon.
Would Rusty still be okay as well? Because Rusty's really good on fuel.
Yeah, I say his fuel's alright. His softs aren't looking too bad. I think he's done 6 laps on them so far.
No, okay, so you reckon he's through to the end on this set?
Yeah, I say Rusty will be fine. Yeah, he should make it all the way to the end.
Okay, nice one, yeah. And good job by Scotty to put himself up there into P4 as well. So he's having a good race as well.
Yeah, he's doing good lap times there, low 41s and some 1 minute 40s. He's just done a 40.6. And just remember, folks, I think Nico, he will be stopping again, whereas Scotty will not. So Scotty's effectively, I think, in a podium position here, a net podium at the moment, if he can hold on and not make any mistakes.
Yeah, keep away from that invisible wall there in turn 9. He should be okay. As we're looking at Kazan there, he's still in the 41, so his lap times are consistent. that'll keep him relevant. He should be happy with that as well. So top 10 finishes. Madness has jumped up to 10th as well. So
He's just made a good move around Rick, I think. Rick Green, he got a move done down the main straight, swooped around the outside, a la Nico on Ando earlier in the race.
Yeah, nicely done. Yeah, well, this bit of a group here happening. So
yeah, this will be a battle for position, I believe.
Yeah, that's Rick is just in the slipstream there of Madness.
He's holding on.
And how's Madness's tyres going there, Tim? Because we know he doesn't like tyres. He shreds the hell out of them. So he likes driving around on rims. So how's he going to go?
Yeah, he hates tyres. Usually comes out on with hives because he's allergic to them. But yeah, I say yeah, he should be right. He should be able to make it to the end.
Okay, well that's good to hear. So he's just made that move on Rick. So whether Rick can stick with him here and bring it home from there. But and behind Rick is his teammate in Tricky Brewer. So Tricky was caught up in that kerfuffle at turn 1 at the start of the race. So he's doing well just to come into 12th after starting 15th.
Brucey's making a move into turn 1. The 2018 GTR doesn't quite have the legs of the 2013 model. And one thing that Mazda RX Vision has is some legs when it's in the slip. Very tall 6 gear, it just goes and goes. So Brucey got past Tricky pretty easily there and got the job done into turn 1.
As we're talking that, Nico's in the pits, so he's pitting early. He's still got a bit of fuel. I thought he might have run that a bit longer. But
he's got to run the hard. So if he comes out on hards now, he's going to have to do 7 to 8 laps on hards. Which might not be optimal.
No, it's a bit of a shame because he's very good at the start of the race. So just strategy letting down Nico again. It's probably something he's going to have to talk about with his teammates and his engineers on that. To need to
Possibly.
get around that.
That's right.
Sort of costing him some podiums here, but anyway, he's still in it. His nose has been clean, so. But I noticed he had been practicing throughout the week, so. Maybe something did happen to him earlier on that we didn't see, and that's put him on that weird strategy.
Possibly. But he is new to the league, so he's getting used to our race formats and our strategies, and he might be yet to come to grips with that whole aspect of it. But there's no denying he's got the pace.
Anyway,
Yeah, only round 4 too. So this season we're running a 10-round format. I believe later on these guys have still got an endurance race to do, and I believe as well they're going to a course that's renowned for a bit of precipitation. So that could sort them out as well. But, we're not sure. It's just what we've heard. Yeah, there's been a bit of flooding in one of the countries they're going to later. So if that's still around, that's going to put a big mix it up as well. There's Kazan. That's Spanny's having a run on Kazan, is it?
Yeah, we've got a Merc on the outside of a little BRZ.
Ooh,
the Merc runs deep. And
nice
Kazan stays in front.
Nice pass.
Or he finishes them. Yeah, he got the pass done.
Yeah, no, beautifully done. He held it tight to the corner. Spanny gave him room.
That was Neon, I think. Neon in the Merc, who runs wide around the outside of turn 9, gives him the spot. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, different paints. Different car choice, but same paint schemes. Yeah, well done to the liveries there from Road Sick Racing.
Yeah.
Thinking of that fantastic idea.
Yeah, maybe some feedback for that liveries. Maybe he should make the liveries a little bit more distinct from each other.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah.
As Madness now making a run on Neon. Who's got the legs, the Merc or the Vet?
Well, I like the speed
Madness
of the Vet.
around the outside. They're 3 wide into turn 1. Here they are. And they managed to not swap paint. The Liveris will be happy about that. And Kazin still manages to keep his nose in front. It ain't over yet though. They're side by side still, Madness and Neon.
Oh,
and
nice
Madness,
racing, boys.
that's very good
Oh,
racing.
Clock Tower's going to search.
Yeah,
sort
it's still
this
not
out.
over.
Whoopsie, what's going to happen here?
This has been going on for a few corners, folks. This is a good little battle. Madness slots in front and finally finishes the move, I think, on Neon.
Yeah, hats
Wow,
off to
that
the
went-
3 of them, yeah.
Yeah, that went for about a sector, that side-by-side battle.
Yeah, I
That
don't
was
see
good
any
driving.
marks. Don't see any marks on the cars. So yeah, the Liveris of those team will be very happy about that. No contact made. No
The
one
stewards
needs
will be
that.
happy about that.
They will be, yes. No multiple kerfuffles.
Multiple offenders, no.
Oh, just see some sparks come out of. Was that Rick Green's car? Was it?
A little glancing blow of the barrier, maybe.
I think he's just. Yeah, I think he's just glanced it. Yeah. Hopefully, no damage to that car.
He's staying in touch with this battle pack ahead of him, though. So he's benefited, I guess, from that side-by-side action. He would have got a front row seat to it all.
Okay, it's
And
on again
he's-
in turn 1.
He's very much in touch. As we've got now, Madness is past Kazin quite easily, obviously with a good run out of turn 14. And the legs of that Corvette gets him by Kazin. And now Kazin's got Neon to deal with in a storming Merc. Kazin moves to the left to cover him off a little bit late there.
A little late, no touch.
But they sort themselves out, and Neon decides to fall in behind him again, regroup, and maybe start again as they approach Church Steeple. Once again, Kazin moves
Carbon.
late in the braking there, covers him off with a slightly aggressive defensive move, but
Legal.
manages to keep him behind. Maybe just legal.
Yeah, only
Yeah.
allowed to move once before. They can't move in the braking area in Trailblazers. That's really frowned upon. That has then brought the rest of the pack in, so it's on here for the top 10 positions. Oh, they're all in there. There's a big gaggle of cars now.
Yeah, this battle they're having is slowing them up, obviously, as it's Rick Green who's right on their hammer now. So this is a three-way battle again now. And then there's Brucey and another GTR there. That might be tricky, is it?
It should be tricky, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
They've joined
Yeah,
the
no,
party
it's
as
played
well.
right up. Yeah, so that little battling there between Mad Mitch, Kazin, and Neon has brought the rest of the pack in
So
there.
we've got a nice little party of 6 here, is it? All
Yes,
almost
yeah.
in slip. 5 or 6 cars all battling for position with 3 laps to go in a
Neon's having a
50-minute
look.
race.
Leon's having a look on the outside. He's got it done quite comfortably now. Can you just give us a little update on Kazin's tyres there, mate? Is he struggling on those tyres set, or?
Doesn't appear to, but his lap times are pretty slow, so he might not really like this track or might not be in sync with it.
He's in the 43s. Is that whole pack in the 43s, Neon and
Well, they would be because they've been going around together.
been going around together?
The last couple
Yeah.
laps, so yeah. Now, it'll be also interesting to see what lap times Spud and Ando have been setting, because as we suspected, it's going to come down to those two guys. So Ando there, he's gone purple 2 laps ago. 39.3, 39.6, 39.4, 39.3. So Ando is making ground on Spud here, I would presume. As we see Spud there, he's doing 39s too, but he's doing mid to high 39s. So this is really tight. These two have been about that 22, 23 seconds apart for the best part of 10 laps now. Not one of them's made a mistake, and they both realise that they're on for a win here, I think, if they can get it right. So, because they'll be able to see this gap. So Spud will see the gap back to Ando, and Ando will see the gap ahead to Spud. And they both know how long a pit stop takes around here, so they'll know. And look at those lap times. They're pushing each other, even though they're 23 seconds apart on track. they are pushing each other to the limit.
It's good to see Nico still in third position there. It would be interesting to see the gap to Scotty. Scotty had been, he's about 20 odd behind as well, is he?
Yeah, so Scotty was maybe looking good for a podium earlier in the race, but something might have happened here. But Nico, who I believe he's on hards, is he, Tim?
Correct, yep, he's on the hards there.
Right, so he's fulfilled that commitment, so he doesn't have to stop again. But it looks like he's comfortably ahead in third, so he'll maybe have third place wrapped up.
The hards at the end, yeah, as we've only got 3 laps to go in this round 4 Sardinia
Yeah, I don't think
race.
Scotty can make up that gap.
Yeah, can't do that. Mad Mitch has had a good run in this second half of the race as well, so he's in the 40s. So after getting around Neon and Kaysen,
He's checked
really
out, hasn't he?
hammered
So
on.
yeah, and he's sitting there in 8th place, which is really a good result after considering the start that he got.
Yeah, at the pit. Oh,
And we've got
Kaysen.
Kaysen. He's gone wide in turn 13, out in the grass there. We spoke about it. It's not where you want to be.
He picked up damage on that,
regathers it.
Tim?
Yeah, front left and a bit of aero there damage.
Okay, no.
Yeah, I don't think this track's gelled with him because he qualified in 14th. You usually see him in the top half of the grid and quali.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sounds like a him problem. So
Yeah, his soft pace just hasn't been quite there tonight. His hard running and medium running was okay, but
Spud's in the pits.
so Spud's on the final lap and he's into the bits and he's got 0 fuel. That is quite crucial. So he's going to need a
Okay,
splash
it's gonna
and
be
dash
tight.
here. So we're going to have to go on board with Ando. He's going to be finishing off the lap here as he comes through the final corner, heads down the main straight. And where is Spud? Where is he? Is he coming out? I don't think so.
Can't see him moving, no.
No, he is. Let's have a look in the mirror, maybe. Where is Spud? There he is. He comes out
Okay,
and he's
he's
in at
coming
turn
out
1.
now.
There's Ando ahead. It looks like about a 3-second gap. And poor Spud's got to finish off the race now on a hard tyre. So it looks like that little splash and dash he needed has come back to haunt him, unfortunately. Because Ando's there on worn softs. But I think they're still intact, and he just needs to hold on to it now, not make a mistake, and he might be able to bring home possibly what you would call an unlikely victory, having not led the race until the start of the very, very last lap.
Yeah, I think if he just could have saved some fuel on that second stint, he would have came out even there with Ando. But he's a racer, mate. He pushes hard all the time. He only knows one speed, and that's flat out. So
Yeah, a little birdie's told me that he was actually saving fuel in that Suzuki, and it's just too hard to get 16 laps out of a tank in that car, unfortunately.
okay, well, small car, probably, yeah, small tank as well. Oh, is he just
Possibly.
gone a bit wide as well? I think
He
he's
has,
lost the wall.
on cold hards, he'll be leaking oil here big time, or leaking time. Not much chance of making inroads into Ando's lead as he comes through the final turn. And with a good strategy and a good clean drive, he managed to pick up the win.
Nicely done there. Spud in second position there.
Very
Nico,
close.
great drive from Nico. Still quite a fair way back, but he was on the strategy. We thought, no, he's over and out, but he's managed to sit on the bottom step of the podium. So well done to Nico there.
Yeah, good result. He made it work.
Made it work, yep. Sit on that. 42s. Nicely done. Scotty, great drive as well. He's got Wrestler right up his cloaca there. Is nicely done from him. Rusty, great drive as always. Good at fuel saving. Flash of the lights there. Arm out the window. Spanny didn't do too bad. Picked up that damage early at the start of the race, so he should be happy with 7th. coming in there.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a battle going on here for 8th and 9th.
Someone's in the grass. We've got Neon in 8th. Madness collects 9th. Tricky just behind him in 10th. Brucey 11th. Rick brings it home in 12th. And Kazan, unfortunately, who had to finish off the race, I think, with that damage.
Yeah, bad damage,
he
yeah.
got gobbled up by a few guys there, and he finishes in 13th. And Timmy, who I believe was lapped there on the line, he's got the checkered flag there in 14th already.
Yeah,
right.
he was lapped.
Who's that? Was he? Oh, that's a bit of bad luck. But no, thoroughly enjoyed that outing there. And big thanks to the sponsors there, Never Quit, Dead Set Threads, and Scorch Media for allowing us to race 3 days a week. Our hats go off to those people. Good sponsors of the Trailblazers E series.
Absolutely.
Yeah, cheers, guys. That
Absolutely.
was,
Thanks
yeah,
very much
good,
for the call, guys.
fun
It's
race.
really good. Yeah, it's just a side note. I did 18 laps on softs to bring it home. So yeah, I really pushed.
18.
Yes,
okay.
18.
Your race engineer was telling you to stay out, don't
Well,
pit, make them last.
After I was blinded by the light, I had to pit, and yeah, just went
Yeah,
to the end.
18
on
was the
softs.
number. Yeah,
18 was the
good
number.
effort.
Yes, well, yeah, great call again, guys. It was fantastic. I hope everybody at home enjoyed the coverage. Don't forget that we run on a Tuesday, a Thursday, and a Friday with Suzuki's, BMW VGTs, and the front rear Group 3s this season. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button for the YouTube channel. All the details on how you get to join us are down in the comments down below, linking to our Discord and our web page. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and we will come back again next week around the same time for another replay from round 5.
Cheers, guys. Good night.
Cheers, nice everybody. Have a good night,
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
and we'll see you again soon. Thanks all, boys. See you later.
PlayStation